All right, boys, today is Tuesday, June 17th, 2025, and it is 7 p.m. on a Tuesday, which is a little unusual, but here I am. My name is Addy, and I'm happy to be here with you. I was just checking out the dew point because I went outside. I had to go from my house to my garage. They have a overhang, right? But it's still outside, right? There's not an internal connection, so to speak. Maybe there's a better wording for that. And so I had to go from my house to the garage, and it's literally no more than maybe 6 or 7 feet of a walk. It's a really small walk. It's an insanely short walk, and I'm pretty sure I broke a sweat just in that walk because it's not particularly hot. It is just oppressively humid. And I have proof. And this is not an opinion statement, me saying that it is oppressively humid. This is by no means an opinion statement. This is actually a fact statement. And here's how. If you look at where I'm at, you go here, and we're going to refresh it just so that, I keep honest. You can see it's 79 degrees. Now, I know some people actually like 79 degrees. Me, no. It can be worse, but it could be a lot better as well. But you got to go down here to the dew point, right? The dew point is really like when you have a humidity and it says like 80% humidity, 90% humidity, it's like the percentage of humidity is not a really it's not a super great indicator of how humid it is. If you want a good indicator of how humid it is outside, you got to look at the dew point. We have a dew point of 73 degrees. Now, I've read the definition of a dew point several times, and I still don't understand it. I think it's the temperature that air has to be for water to turn into water particles on plants or something. I don't know, something like that, right? But it's basically a measure of how much water is in the air, kind of. And but it's best to just look at a chart. So here we go. Dew point, 73 degrees. And we want to look at a chart here. Well, less than 55 is pleasant. 56 to 60 is comfortable. 61 to 65, oh, you're getting sticky. 66 to 70 is uncomfortable. And then 70 to 71, remember, we're at 73. 71 to 75 is oppressive. It is, and of course, other charts say basically the same kind of thing. You go down here, right here, like 70, very humid and uncomfortable. Now this, of course, it has oppressive at 75 and over. Of course, that's when you start getting into a matter of opinion, but I'm going to go by the chart that proved me right because I like to be right. So right here, 71 to 75 degrees, oppressive. It is so humid outside. And then, of course, in about 48 hours, I will be on a plane to Cape Town, South Africa, where I've been checking the weather, kind of like a junkie trying to get his fix on the weather. And let me see if I could find. Oh, wait, I'm just looking at other things. But the weather, it's going to be rainy and 58 degrees. Well, I arrive on Friday. It's going to be 61 degrees and rainy. Now, Now, I know what you're asking. You're asking, what will be the dew point? It's probably going to be fairly humid just because of the fact that it's raining. So I would guess the dew point will probably be right around maybe in the 50s to 60s, which is actually fairly comfortable. We have a humidity of 91, so it's probably going to be around 63 degrees. Sometimes not all weather websites show it. So some Cape Town dew point. Oh my God! Stop at I hate weather.com. I believe the Weather Channel is still the place that they're really trying to make. That they've been trying for years to make winter snowstorms. Like, well, we got to name it. It's Hurricane Daniel, Hurricane Sophie, Hurricane Candace. It's not going to happen, guys. It's not going to happen. So right now they have a dew point of 53 degrees. And if we go back to our handy chart, less than 55 is pleasant. So it's I can feel it on my skin. No humidity, cool. you need a hoodie to go outside. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. Matthew is in the house. I wonder what the dew point is here. Explains why heat feels different across the world. Oh, absolutely. Well, I don't know where you live, but I'm going to say you live in London. London weather, because basically anybody who is English, they live in London. See, this is the thing. Like look at this forecast. 85 degrees. And the thing is I know a lot of places in London, because Europe in general, a lot of places simply do not have air conditioning. So the main function of air conditioning, at least for me, the main function of air conditioning in the summer is to remove the humidity. Of course, it helps that it cools it down, but like if I had to choose between, okay, either cool things down or remove the humidity, I'm taking remove the humidity. So we got to look at London dew point. London. We're talking, not sure is in the house. We're talking dew point temperatures, not sure. I gave a quick lesson on dew point. So London right now, it's a dew point of 53, so it's actually quite pleasant. But what is it going to be later in the week? So like 91 degrees says AccuWeather, or I'm sorry, Weather Underground. Now, is that going to be a humid 91? Do we have dew point on this chart here? So the green. So luckily the dew point. Okay, so at least it's going to be a dry 91 degrees. That is some positive, but 91 degrees is just ugh. Not sure says the London housing market is collapsing apparently. Is it? I hadn't heard about that. I mean, if it's anything like New York, it's like severely overpriced. London spiraling housing crisis numbers. So wait, are things just losing value? London is Europe's wealthiest city. Yet for many living in the capital, having a place to call home feels out of reach, according to the Center of London. According to the Center of London, that's literally what it's called. The Center of. Oh, okay, whatever. Earlier this week, the independent think tank hosted a London Housing Summit, highlighting the challenges of the housing crisis, which says it is spiraling out of control. So wait, is it collapsing or is it spiraling out of control? Because spiraling out of control, I mean, I guess that could be up or down, right? Spiraling could be either way. Collapsing is definitely down. Matthew says, I don't even want to look at living costs in London. I do. London, let's see. I went a 2-bedroom apartment in London. No, I went. So wait, this is 27. What is PCM? How does this work? Is that price? No, PCM. What the hell is no? Is it 27p? Or no, wait, no. Okay, 2,700 pounds per centimeter. No, it's not centimeter. 200. What the hell? Price? What the hell is PCM? What is PCM in relation to London housing prices? What the hell? Oh, what the hell? Per calendar month. Oh, why can't they just say per month? Oh, why can't it just be /month? Why do you got to get all fancy? Like, per calendar month. What other month would there be? Like, what? Like, sorry. It's 2,700 per lunar month. Like, I didn't mean to confuse you, but we go by lunar month here. Like, nobody does that. Like, what? Like, okay, anyway. 2,700 pounds. Well, what is 2,700 pounds? I mean, so here's the thing. Salaries in the U.S. are much higher, right? So I think about my current salary and I see $3,600 a month. I'm like, that's not terrible. Like it's a little more than I would want to pay, but if I was living in like a nice place, I don't have no idea what kind of neighborhood this is, but if it's like a decent neighborhood in London, like $3,600 a month. Okay. Like, I mean, I could swing that, but I also have to realize that if I was working in London, I'm probably taking like a 50% pay cut, like literally probably like I would say a 50% pay cut if I'm lucky. Let me see. Let's say senior principal engineers make in London software. Let's see what they make. Well, that's actually pretty good money. The median total pay 120. That's actually a lot better than I thought it was. Okay, I stand corrected. Wait a minute. That's pretty decent. That would still be a pay cut for me, but that's pretty decent. Okay, well. So wait a minute. If that's what you're making, like if this is what you're making and you're paying $3,600 a month, that seems pretty balanced. Like that doesn't seem unreasonable. Now, I know not everybody is a senior principal engineer. Like I get that, but like you're going to be like, how can I put this? Like you're not going to be living a senior principal engineer lifestyle on a junior engineer salary. That's kind of what I'm getting at. Like that's not how it works, right? So I don't know, but now I know nothing about these neighborhoods, right? I have no idea. Let's see, what is the best neighborhood in London? Downing Street. That's the only thing that comes to mind. Downing Street. Let's see. South Kensington. Okay, South Kensington Apartments. South Kensington Apartments for rent. Let's check this out. Best apartments in Kensington. Okay, first class. Just tell me how much. Okay, just tell me how much. Just tell me how much. I just want to know how much. That's all I want to know. How much? Floor plans. Pay rent with built-up rewards. Okay, well, how much am I paying in rent? Tell me. Can you tell me that? This trend of like making you have to search for the price of things, it has to stop. It has to stop because it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. Okay, so we're not living here because I don't know how much a rent costs. Okay, modern Kensington apartments. I'm not going to go with Airbnb. Realtor. Okay, let's go to realtor.com. $2,000 a month is out of reach for most people in the UK. Okay, so let's see. Oh, this is South Kensington, Maryland. Oh my effing God. No. Oh, Jesus Christ. I know we're not sure and I are not that far from South Kensington, Maryland, but that's not where we're looking to live. South Kensington apartment, London. Properties to rent in South Kensington. Okay. All right. I mean, so this is going to be about $4,000 a month. Oh, Ooh. Ooh. How much is that? 6933. 6933 GBP to USD. Woo! Oof. That's pricey. Oof. Yeah, like I would not want to spend that much money on rent. That's Well, let's look at what you're getting. Let's look at what we're getting here. All right, let's look at Matthew's new apartment in South Kensington. I mean, it looks very lovely. Okay. I mean, this is nearly $10,000 a month, so. But I mean, it looks nice. It looks nice. But if you're paying $10,000 a month, chances are you're probably a doctor couple, right? Like you're like the husband is like a brain surgeon and the woman is a pediatrician because that's like what women in medicine do. They just all go into pediatrics. And so, combined, you're probably bringing home close to like $700,000 a month. I mean, not a month, a year. So, hey, this looks nice, but no, Matthew's going to live there. This is Matthew's new apartment. Special London salary right there. Be the Niche says, I'm a vibe coder. I am too. Matthew, I'm in Northwest England. Average salary is about 30K. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. Years ago, when I was working at AOL, I was very keen to move to Dublin, or because we had an office in Ireland outside of Dublin. I forget the name of the area. It's been 20 years. And I was very keen to move there because I was like, okay, I can move to Ireland and I can get Irish citizenship like after 5 years, which opens me up to EU citizenship, which is just like, lots of perks there. I feel, wait, now I think about it, would Irish citizenship open me up to EU citizenship? Is Ireland in the EU? Surely it is. Surely Ireland is in the EU. Yes. Member state since 1973. So anyway, I think at that time, I was making maybe $86,000 a year. This was like in 2003. So let's see. I'm curious now. What inflation calculator? So I was let's say 86,000 a year in 2003 dollars. I would think that's probably like 110 today, somewhere around there. Oh wow! I didn't realize it didn't feel like that much. It didn't feel like that. Wow, that's almost double. Wow. But anyway, so I was making about $86,000 a year in 2003, and it's 2004. Maybe it was like 2004, if I'm being fair. It might have even been 2005 now that I think about it. Anyway, so I was very keen to move to Ireland. I wanted to like go and work for our offices in Ireland because I had spent like 6 weeks in Ireland, fell in love with the weather and the accent, and like, I mean, I really liked Ireland, loved it there. And then so I was talking, I let it be known, because basically we had a team in the US and we had a team in Ireland, and I let it be known to the management in Ireland that, hey, like, if a position opens up, I'm interested in coming to Ireland to like work from Ireland. And they knew. And so finally, after a few months, one of the managers, she called me with an offer. And again, I was making $86,000 a year. And they were offering me about 41,000. It was almost half. It was almost like it basically equaled out, because I remember looking at the rents. There was like, it would have been impossible to rent anything. It would have been impossible to rent anything. Nearly impossible to rent anything on that salary back then. And so I was like, that's not happening. Like that's not happening. And like, I knew I would take a pay cut. But I was I was not taking like nearly 50% pay cut, like more, like, yeah, I wasn't going to do it. I wanted to move to Ireland, but I didn't want to move there that bad. But it was really weird because I got a job offer back in like the first time I went to Amsterdam was in 2000, and I got a job offer. And at that time I was making $40,000, 47, maybe 50, like $55,000 a year. It wasn't a ton of money. I mean, but it was good money back then. Let's see, 2000. Now I'm curious. That was definitely year 2000. I was making like 52.5. 52. What would that be today? Wow, it's almost 100K. Whew, double. But yeah, so I was making, about that. And the job in Amsterdam, it was paying, I think it was 4,000 euros a month is what it was. And it came out to like a little bit less, but I didn't take it because I was scared. And I had a young daughter, and it was like my young daughter was not living with me. She was living with her mom, so I could have gone, but then I would have been like, but it was like, well, I want to be in my daughter's life. So, yep, I made that mistake choosing to be in my daughter's life, but that's good. It's good because I have somebody to take care of me when I'm old. So you gotta be thinking about the future, boys. You got to keep thinking about the future. Not sure. It says lots of companies have their HQ in Ireland. Yeah, actually, the company I work for now, we have office. We have employees in Ireland. Ireland's like a good in between with India, right? It's like the salary demands of the Irish are like literally between the U.S. and India, and the quality is probably about the same as well, right? Literally in between the U.S. and India. Okay. And that reminds me, I had a buddy who like sent me this long message. Where is he? Okay, wait a minute. I have some personal messages to take care of because I am a popular man. So just let me take care of my personal messages over here on the Naughty Boy screen. So let me do that. Oh, Lord. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Why? Oh, hey, fellas, the next time I tell you I'm going to check my private messages over on the Naughty Boy screen, remind me not to. Just remind me not to do it. That it's not worth it. Just remind me it's not worth it. Okay? Just do me that solid. Okay. So I started the problem we encountered last night. I think I have a solution. I think I know what we're gonna do. So basically, what we need is the item entity. We need a way to tell the item entity, hey, you are now being equipped by this game entity, by this other entity. And I was thinking like, well, should we limit it to NPCs? And I think, no, I don't think we should. And here's the reason why. Imagine a chest and you can put stuff in the chest. So, well, no, then you would be part of the inventory. Shit, we haven't even thought about the inventory. Okay, all right, just wait a minute. Just wait a minute, okay? Just wait a minute. Shit, that really does throw a wrinkle into everything. Okay, well, let's just move forward with what we have, okay? And then we can circle back and worry about the inventory after the fact. That's what we're gonna do. All right, so we have this. Luckily we have this on take equipped, but this is a built-in function basically. All right. So this is on the item. This is on the item entity base class, and it. Wait, how did I want to do this? I swear to God, I had like an entire. Set equipped item. Set equipped item. Item script is on the player, if I remember correctly. No, yeah. Okay. Shit. Wait a minute. Wait, I already started to change. I did the change though. I made it. Okay, I made a change before the stream. I did make a change. Where did I make? If I can find where I made the change, that's going to help remind me of this. Okay, at least I thought I made the change. Interact. Oh, but there was a problem. Interact doesn't quite do it. Matthew says, I was up until 4 a.m. last night making my inventory generic. Feels good, though. Once you get it done, it feels good because then you have something that you can, like, reuse in other projects and things like that. So it feels good. It feels good. How did I want to do this? I had a whole plan before this. I think the key is in set equipped item because then we have on unequipped. right? So I did add, I think this was what I added. Yeah, you 3 hours ago, uncommitted changes. So the reason I put this interactor entity near this equipped item script is because we're eventually going to get rid of the equipped item script. So the or are we? Okay, I got to use my favorite tool. I got to use my favorite. My favorite. This tool is the best tool for chief architects. Okay, so let's draw it out. We have equipped item. This is currently on the player. Okay, and then then over here we have item entity. Okay, how do we want to do this? And then we have a third script in the mixed. We have player interactor. That's the third script. Player interactor. Okay, how do we want to do this? So player interactor, we set with Q, but then fuck. I swear to God, I had this figured out. I swear I had this figured out. I was like, oh, that's what we're gonna do. Now I'm drawing a blank. I'm literally drawing a blank. I think what it was I was like, oh, we can use focus and on focus, but we can't use focus. What did I just do? What did the space bar just do? Oh, okay. Well, the space bar just adds things there. Okay. So eventually this... All right, I'm thinking. Here's the player. And he's going to pick up a pew-pew, as the kids say. Right? Oh, wait. Yeah. That's a terrible pew-pew, but that's a pew-pew. Right? He's going to pick up a pew-pew. So the first thing he does, Q works. Q is basically just saying, okay, put that into there. But even when we do that, this still has no idea that the player is holding it. So let's start with that. And I think that's where set equipped item comes in. What I was thinking, set equipped item. This is on the player. Equipped item will eventually be for the NPC. And so you're telling, like, hey, you equip this item, set equipped item. Okay. And then there's the object. Now, when you call set equipped item, which exists on this equipped item, this script for now exists, and this would probably be the inventory class, but for now this exists on the player only. Drop item. I think what we could do, equipped item, which would be item entity. Actually, it's a game object. Ooh, that's an issue. That is an issue. That's an ugly issue because we would have to change that to game entity. But what does that mean to do? Because like, ooh, equipped item object, where is that used? Okay, luckily it's only used in one place and it's just for a null check. So that's not that big of a deal. So let's make sure we're compiling. Let's make sure we compile before we make any changes. So Matthew, did you get your inventory system generic? Did you get it working? Oh. Ha. So I changed. This is what I added. That's what I added. Let's get rid of it for now. I knew I changed something. I was like, damn, I knew I added some I knew I added some arguments or something like that. Ugh. Nope. I still have I have multiple errands I need to run tomorrow. I need to go to the bank. I need to go. Okay. I've talked about Diet Mountain Dew on this stream before. You guys know that I'm addicted to this. Like I cut down on Diet Mountain Dew by swapping out the 20 ounces for cans, right? And so I only have so many of these a day, and because I'm just making up a number. Say that I had 1,000 of these a day. That's not how many I drink. I would be dead if I drank that many. But let's say I had 1,000 of these a day, right? So what I did in order to cut down is I said, okay, well, instead of 1,000 of these, I'm gonna have 700 of these, and then I'm gonna have 300 of these, and then the total amount of Diet Mountain Dew I consume would be less. Okay, so, but this is the piece de resistance. This is the champagne. These are so good. So there's a 7-Eleven no more than, it's like a 3-minute drive from my house. They haven't had these for like a week. And I asked them today. They know me, right? They know me and they know my wife because we go in there and we buy an insane amount of Diet Mountain Dew. And I was like, where's my drink? And the lady's like, oh, there's a shortage. And she's not wrong. But then again, she might be wrong because there's that 7-Eleven and then there's the backup 7-Eleven, but I'm pretty sure they have the same owners. So I think they just haven't paid their bill with Pepsi, because then if I go to the tertiary 7-Eleven, they have these. But so, and then I've been going to Sheetz. And for those of you who don't know, Sheetz is like a gas station convenience store combination. And they're a little bit cheaper at Sheetz. So tomorrow, in order to get these, I can't go to my 7-Eleven because they haven't had them in forever. And I asked them, like, well, when are you going to get them back? And she's like, I don't know. I went to another 7-Eleven. They had regular Diet Mountain Dew, which I will not drink because it just tastes like pure sugar. It's disgusting. And then they had like some new Diet Mountain Dew drink. They didn't have any of these. They had some new Diet Mountain Dew drink, and I was like, that's ridiculous. So tomorrow, I will be taking these on my trip. Right? I always take them. I always take these on my trip, and what I do is I pack 6. But I think on this trip, I'm going to have an excessive amount because I'm going to put in my check bag, I'm going to put at least 6. And then since it's only one stop, right? Because I get on the plane here in Dulles and I get off the plane in Cape Town. So what I'll do is I'll take a bag. I'll take like a shopping bag. And once I get behind security, I'll go to one of those like places and one of the shops in the mall. And granted, each Diet Mountain Dew at one of those is like literally like $4. But whatever, I'll stock. I'll buy as many as I can. When I went to Fiji, I bought 8 in the airport in California. I bought 8 of them, and I asked if they had any more, and they didn't. So all I could get was 8. But that was in California. Here at Dulles Airport, there's a couple of stores that have them. So I will be stocking up on these. So I'm hoping to at least be able to take 12. And that should last me. I don't want to tell you how long that's going to last me because it's a little embarrassing, but it's more than 2 days. Okay, it's more than 2 days. It's less than a week. That's how long 12 Diet Mountain Dews will last me. Matthew says not had Mountain Dew for a while. Don't drink the normal stuff. It's shit. Yes, was still working as expected. I have a base inventory class that handles all common inventory functionality. Now I can inherit from that in other entities. So player inventory can have the full suite. Or like a read-only inventory if you inspect certain. Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's a good idea. I might steal that. Not Sure says, my only gas station vice are those voodoo chips. I don't even know what those are. What are those? Voodoo chips? These things? I've never seen these. I've never seen these in my life. Huh. Interesting. I like the packaging. The packaging's clever. Zapp's New Orleans kettle style voodoo potato chips. Yeah, this is it. Yeah. No, I've never seen these. I don't think I've ever seen, but I don't really look at the chips in a gas station. I literally just go to the. I will go to. I'll go right to the sodas. It's soda town for me when I go to a gas station. Okay, I'm getting distracted. Don't. I need to get locked in. All right. So you guys, you're in charge of the chat. I'm gonna get locked in. Oh, look, a message on Kick. Whoa. This is a big moment, guys. I'd love to join your live streams whenever you're streaming. Add me on Discord. No. And I think he's already gone. I think that person that was there. Talani 7077. No. Apparently there's a rule where on Twitch you are not allowed. I think you're not allowed to, if you have a multi-chat, like if you have a chat that shows multiple chat rooms, like with you're using some service to kind of coalesce chat rooms into like one feed, you're not allowed to show that in your Twitch stream. So I don't know but I was going to there's part of me that's like, I wonder if I'm breaking that rule because I'm showing the YouTube chat on my Twitch stream, but nobody watches me on Twitch. So do I really care? And the answer is no, I do not. Okay. All right. I got to get locked in. I got to get locked in. Okay. Locked in. Let's get back to a base level. Let's make sure we're compiling. So I did, one thing I did do is I added a couple, I'm trying to use this test matrix a little better because, it was only by luck that I actually caught that bug. The bug where if you picked it up using the shortcut Q, it works fine. But if you pick it up using the menu, it doesn't work. I can't find you on Kick. Really? Check Addy Goes Places. Yeah. No, here I am. Yeah, that's me. That's my fat face. That's me right there. So, yeah. I should change my Twitch and I should change my Twitch and I should change my Kick to Addy Goes Live, or I should just not even bother streaming on them. Honestly, that's what I should do. I just should save the bandwidth and not even bother streaming on them. And then I was thinking like, okay, because here's what I decided. I decided I'm only going to do this if I get laid off. And that is because if I get laid off, things change, right? I'll probably be streaming a lot more. But I'll probably be streaming on Addy Goes Places if I get laid off. And why? That's because that channel's monetized. So when you get laid off, that's how it goes. But I don't think I'm getting laid off. At least I hope I don't get laid off before the end of summer because I'm going to be in Africa and then Bolivia. Oh my God. And then in Bolivia, I'm getting distracted again, but that's okay. I forgot the word. Umbruna? Ambruna? Is it umbruna? Ambruna? I got to look it up. I got to look up the word. Ambruna. Let me show you. Ambruna, Bolivia. Oh. So somebody sent me, I got to send that person this link. Somebody sent me a link that showed the ONU, which I believe is the United Nations, was saying that Bolivia was at risk of a famine because of all the turmoil and everything. But this is clearly saying that the United Nations clarifies that Bolivia has no risk of a famine and worth the strength of government. So basically, I'm not sure. Valora. That's like valora is like value. It's like no vale la pena. No vale la pena. Vale in that sense, it's like no vale la pena is like it's not worth it, right? It's like value. So valora is like value, and then this is strength, and this is government. This is like government departments. I'm not sure what that means. I don't know. I might be wrong on that. Yeah, values. Okay, so what does this sentence mean altogether? The UN clarifies that there is no risk of famine in Bolivia and appreciates government efforts. It values the efforts of the government. Okay. All right. So I guess that because I got sent, I'll show you what I got sent. I don't want to put the conversation on the screen. Can I do this? This is what I got sent. And this says the exact opposite. This basically says the United Nations basically advises a risk of a famine in Bolivia between June and October. So I guess that person, they sent me some fake news. So it's good. And so I'm thinking like, oh my God, I'm going to Bolivia and they're saying that that there might be a famine. And I'm like, well, okay, worst case scenario, I can buy a ticket to get out of Dodge. Like I'll I know that's like very like rich American privilege thing to say, but you're not better than me, because if you were stuck in a famine, if you were stuck in the middle of a famine and you could afford a plane ticket out of there, you would do it. You're not sticking around because you're like, I'm a better person and I am going to struggle through this famine with the other people. No, you're not. You're buying a ticket to go to McDonald's. Like, that's what you're doing. Dirt bikes are best for escaping. I learned that from No Escape. It's a good movie, man. I like that. I love that movie. I do. I love that movie. And then I was watching clips of that before the stream, and then I started watching. There's a clip from this show on Showtime years ago called The Nick. And I believe there is an episode. It's called something like "Start Calling Me Daddy" or "Start Calling Me Dad," or let me see. I think it's season 1. Start Calling Me Dad. This is my favorite episode of the series, and the first 10 minutes of it are just, I can't show you because I would get kicked off, and and since this account is attached to my Addy Goes Places account, it's probably bad. It's nudity, right? So I can't show it. I would imagine I would get kicked off of YouTube entirely. But the first 10 minutes, such a good show. Anyway, all right. I love this show because I loved, what's his name? What the hell is his name? The guy who plays Dr. Thackeray. Let's see, guest appearances. Clive Owen. Yeah, his name's the actor. I really like Clive Owen. He was the guy that was in. This is the early onset dementia. It was a good book, and it was a good movie, where basically there's no babies being made, and scientists can't figure it out. And then the movie, they revolve around like the first woman in like 20 years gets pregnant, and it's about that. But Clive Owen starred in it, and I'm going to look it up in a minute because it's going to drive me nuts. But I think it had the word men in it, and I keep thinking No Country for Old Men, but that definitely was not it. I think I own the book too. Oh man, I gotta look it up. Children of Men. Not sure. It said steal some clothes off the dead bodies. Yeah, so you look like a local. And then wear a mask so that they can't recognize your face, so that they can't see that you're a privileged American. Nah, man, No Escape is a great movie. I don't know like why you guys are hating on it so much. Oh, Suspicious Donut on Kick says, "Follow me for crypto trading secrets." Sweet. I'm gonna get me some crypto trading secrets. Is Clive Owen in any? Like, is he in anything coming up? The Cleaner? No, it's not even The Cleaner. It's called Cleaner. Oh, not sure says LOL. That's me. Suspicious Donut. Buy Bitcoin 10 years ago. So my Bitcoin story was I've talked about this before. My buddy Gabe and we used to do a podcast. It was like a radio show, but this was like in 2006 before like anybody was doing anything like that. I think it was before YouTube had live streams. We started doing it because we had to do it through Winamp. It was a whole thing. But anyway, so it was around 2012 or so. We had this radio show. We would talk about it was kind of like what I'm doing here, except I had somebody else in the room doing it. We would just get distracted. We would just talk and it was funny and it was fun to do. And so we had this one episode, this one show where we were I think it was like the first time that either of us had heard about the dark web and like the Onion browser and things like that. So we were like, oh yeah, so I like downloaded it on stream. Like we go to like, it might've been Silk Road or some Silk Road type site. And we're like looking at like all the stuff you could buy, like, oh wow, you could get drugs and all kinds of stuff. And I was like, well, how do you, and literally this is 2012. And I'm like, well, how do you even pay for this? Like, how do you even pay for it? Because like, surely you're not going to buy cocaine with your credit card. Like that didn't make sense. And that's when we learned about Bitcoin. And at that time it was about $30. And somebody clipped it out a few years later where I literally said something to the extent of, why would anybody pay $30 for this? Talking about Bitcoin. That's my Bitcoin story. That's my Bitcoin. What did Bitcoin close at today? I think it's still above yeah. And this is another problem. So I told you how I spent full price on the business class upgrade to go. Make sure my wife doesn't hear me, but I paid full price for the business class upgrade to go to Cape Town. And I was like, okay, I'll just sell some crypto. I'll sell some crypto because that's why I have it. That's what it's there for. It's there to be able to splurge and enjoy life a little bit. And then like today I was looking at my credit card statement and I'm like, okay, it posted. So now it's real. That huge amount that I spent on that ticket, it's like it came to reality, right? Because when you buy it, there's like that 2 or 3 day period that it takes for things to post to your account so they don't actually show up in your balance. And then I logged in today and there it was in my balance. And I'm like, okay, now it's real. Now I got to deal with it. And I was like, all right. Okay. I said I would sell some crypto. I said I would sell some crypto in order to pay for this. Let me go ahead and do that. And then I start looking and I see a chart like this. Now, what I want to sell is Ethereum, and Ethereum is doing even worse because I have a fair amount of Ethereum, but it's doing even worse. And it's up a little bit, but I'm like, make sure you make use of the lounges. The lounges, lounges aren't what they used to be. They're just not. There was a video about that, about how lounges are now just like, they're just like a buffet restaurant. They're not. Before, lounges used to be nice because they were quiet and they were peaceful. And again, this is a very privileged American thing to say, but they were kind of exclusive. And that's what made them comfortable, is because not everybody and their mother and their 6 kids were in the lounge. So you could go, you could find a seat. Lounge, it has been so long that I've been to a lounge where I didn't have to wait in line, where it was like, where you didn't have to wander around looking for a place to sit. Like lounges they're kind of terrible. Of course it's like price goes up, quality goes down. And Mark my words, soon you're going to have some other tier above lounges. You're going to have some like you're going to have some it might be like a lounge within the lounge. Like some lounges already have this. Like I think the British Airways lounge at Dulles Airport has the British Airways section, and then it has the senator section where only certain people can go in. But I think that kind of thing has become more common because lounges, it's just like they're not worth it. And like I'm in lounges all the time. I have the this is another privileged American thing, but I have an Amex Platinum card, which I keep telling myself I'm going to get rid of it because the annual price is absurd. But I do enjoy the lounges because it's often better than sitting out in, the lounges are often better than nothing, but they're not that great. Especially the best lounge I've been to, and I think my wife would back me up on this. The best lounge I've been to is at the Keflavik Airport in Iceland. Such a nice lounge. It's huge. These beautiful views of the landing strip, and very nice showers. Like that's one thing I will use the lounges for is the showers. I do like being able to like shower. Very controversial statement there. Yeah, no, I really enjoy being able to shower. Okay. All right. Stop distracting me with your seductive lounge talk, okay? Let me stay focused. So what I was saying was I added some stuff to this test matrix because there's just things like there's like these little like test cases that I'm like, I need to document these somewhere. I don't know what test matrix. I know test matrices are usually like in a spreadsheet and like I've seen them, but I'm just doing it this way because this is just how my brain functions better looking at it like this. Nashor says it's called drip pricing. Is that where price goes up, quality goes down? Drip pricing is a deceptive marketing tactic where businesses initially advertise only part of a product's price, gradually revealing additional mandatory fees as customer progresses through the buying process. Ugh. They make you bleed drip by drip by drip. All right. So I think let me check this in. But what changes are these? This is just like some housekeeping. What did I just do? Okay, yeah, I did that. And what did I do here? Okay, I just removed that so we could compile. Player interactor. This is very much just like a housekeeping check-in. So we're just going to call this some housekeeping. Okay, now what we can do is now we can start to break shit. Like now we can start to do some big changes. Like equipped item, I think is okay. I think that's going to, like I said, I think this might turn into the inventory script, but for now, I don't like the name. And the reason I don't like the name is because I have to constantly think, like, I have to like do two thoughts to remember what it is. But what is it? This is attached to the player and handles the mechanics of the equipped item. All right. So this is the item itself. Equipped item. Character. I'm literally just stuck on trying. I'm kind of brain dead. So I like that better. Character equipped item. All right. Let's stick to this. Let's stick to the task at hand. The item entity needs to know what is equipped. What has it? This is this interactor. Oh no. Let's add another one because I do remember thinking that I think what we need to do is, this is such a bad design, but let's look at it. Private game entity. I'm going to push forward with this. This is going to be the owner entity. We'll call it, oh, did I already have owner entity? Oh, I do. It's right above there. Duh. Okay. All right. So what's the architecture of the inventory? We don't have an inventory yet. We don't have an inventory. We have these, what we have right now is we have an ability for the player character. I want to make this thicker. That's what she said. No, we have the ability of this player character to pick something up. So in that sense, you could kind of think of that as an inventory, right? But, whoa. And the way that works is we have, how does that work? We have this equipped item script, this equipped item, and the reason I keep saying this will probably turn into the inventory is that this equipped item is, this script is attached to the player, right? It's attached to the player. And then this item entity script, item entity, ENT, this is attached to the item. This player interactor script, what this does, this is what everything I'm saying right now is kind of mostly for me, because actually talking out the problem often helps. Okay. The player interactor script, this also, I'm going to put this in a different color. This also exists or is also attached to the player. But the only thing the player interactor script does is allow you to, it's responsible for drawing the menus. Or it's not even responsible for drawing the menus. It's responsible for invoking the functionality that will draw the menu. So let's take a look at it. So this script is very, what's the word? It's very specialized specifically for the player character, right? Because it's handling keyboard input. It's telling like equip this, equip that kind of thing. Like drop this thing, pick it up, throw it. But it's doing all those things with the mouse button, with the key, with the, looking for key codes. But the thing is I'm not saying we're going to do this, but I do want to design it in a way where we could easily have green guy pick up an item, where we could easily have green guy throw an item, and we could easily have green guy drop an item. Oh my God. Oh, I bet you can't guess who called me. Let me see. Is it really? Of course it was. Of course it was. Of course it was. It was David. It was David. That reminds me. Let me send the link out. Let me send this link out to a couple people. It actually kind of low key pisses me off that he does that. Like it low key pisses me off. But it is what it is. Okay, let's see. Lisa, there we go. And then Justin, there we go. And then my friend Robbie. Where did Robbie go? Robbie. There we go. Anybody else I'm going to send it to? I'm going to send it to my step cousin, or like half. It's not step cousin, like my half cousin, I guess. I don't know what it would be. Okay. Anybody else? Matthew says paint versus whiteboard. I don't know that was I using whiteboard before? This whiteboard is the whiteboard behind me. That's actually a great idea. This I should, yeah. Okay. I literally forgot that I had this. Like it was over there. Let me put the camera on. Okay. Turn it. Put it back a little bit. There we go. Okay, perfect. Whoa! Oh, shit. I was trying to lift the microphone up so maybe you guys can hear me a little bit better. Hopefully you'll be able to hear me. Hopefully the sound will be all right. Oh, yeah. Let me erase this. All right. I literally didn't even consider using this. I was literally just thinking about the goddamn computer. Okay, so what do we have? We have the player, and then we have a pew pew. All right, there's my excellent art. We have the player interactor script, which kind of sits in the middle. But the player interactor script is really just for the menus. We have the... I'm trying to do this from memory. Equipped item script. That's attached to the player. And then we have the item entity. Alright. I don't know why this is so difficult. This seems pretty basic. Basically, what I'm trying to do is this guy needs a reference to this. This guy, they need a reference to each other. But when do they need the reference, right? Like, because he can inspect it, he can pull up the menu, he can interact with the menu, but only with certain commands that he invokes does this relationship need to exist. Because if he just loads up, if the player just loads up the menu, then you won't set the reference until he actually puts it in his inventory or equips it. Okay. All right. That helped me. That actually did help me. All right. Let me bring this back. We're back down to reality now. Hi, David. Not sure. One good thing about Twitch is that it emails your followers when you go live. Well, that's pretty nice. And then not sure his face palming. I don't know why you're face palming. What did I do to warrant a face palm? Okay, so like here, this is when we would want to establish the relationship on take equipped, and this is when we would want to unestablish it. So Q. So I think I kind of had it right. Well, no. Okay, so what I was thinking here. Okay, this is where it gets kind of ugly. This is not the solution. This is maybe not the best solution, but here's what I was thinking, at least initially. So when we call interact, which is here, what we want to do is we kind of want to set a temper. This is bad. This is so bad. This is so bad. Wait, is that the same interactable? Oh, it doesn't need an okay, it does not need an override because it's an ONL interface. Okay. So what I was thinking, this is not good, boys. This is not good. This is not good, but this is kind of what I was thinking. This is I'm kind of ashamed to even write this. Right? So this interactor entity is kind of temporary, but this is just letting the item know, like, hey, like this entity actually, this entity is interacting with you right now. And then if you do equip it, what you could do at that point is you could just see interactor entity. So part of the issue, I guess you could just set it at this point, right? You could just do, this is bad. This is so bad. This is really bad. No, this is so bad. I don't even, I'm ashamed. Like, you guys, like, you really should just unfollow me for this. Like, this is so bad. You really should just unfollow me. Just close the browser now. Go watch Mr. Beast or something like that. Like no, this is so bad. You thought whiteboard was a program. Yeah, no, I thought you were thinking of like a whiteboard website. Like I literally forgot that I had this whiteboard behind me. Okay. So then what you would do then is then when you unequip, you would do this. The reason I really don't like this is because this interactor, like what happens here, there's a subtle, I don't want to call it a bug, but there's a subtle, it's not even a problem. There's a subtle potential for a problem. Because what this interact script, this is what opens up the menu, right? And this is how like you get started with the entire menu interacting process. And then so what we do is we set this interactor entity at that time. But if you press escape and you just quit out of it, nothing is interacting with it. But the interactor entity variable is still set. So ideally what we would have is some kind of callback into the entity saying, hey, we've closed the menu. Let's see. Maybe that's not that bad to implement, because I'm pretty sure we don't have any. So we have this interaction manager, which is really just the manager for the player. Let's see. We open the menu, close menu. Okay. On interaction. Now, we could just use another callback, right? So what we could have, we just have another event, public event. And the AI knew where I was going with this. Public event on menu closed. So when we close the menu, we actually will call it on menu closed evoked, but then we want to I want to erase any handlers that are on it, but I don't. Let me see. Erase any callbacks on menu closed. Let's see what AI comes up. Okay, is that it? Okay, I mean, I guess that makes sense. Okay. All right, so we have a callback for closing the menu. So now what we can do is we can simply create a private function. Private. Oh, I don't like this. I don't like this. See, this is kind of one of the downsides of a singleton. I wish Razman was here. Think about it like this. If I wanted to use this item entity class in another project, I'd have to bring with it the interaction manager. But why? Like the item entity, it should just be the item. Like why does the item entity care at all about the menu? That kind of suggests a bad design. So we're going to continue on with it. we're just going to make the problem even worse. Oh boy! Oh Jesus Christ! This is why you guys, like, seriously, you should unfollow me. Like you guys. Let me go to it. Where is it? It's here, and then we go here, and then we go over here. Like, you guys, you should be ashamed. You should, like, if I were either one of you at this point, I would demand that your likeness be removed from this thumbnail, because I know that's exactly what both of you look like. Nature Pro says hi. Nature Pro says love you. Nature Pro, I've been thinking about this, and I kind of feel the same way. I love you too. I do. I really do. That not sure guy is smart and handsome. He probably is. Remember Real Player? I fucking hated Real Player. Real Player was a piece of shit. I used to... Where the fuck was it? It wasn't on Twitter. I distinctly remember troll. Oh. I used to send emails to Real Player at like, and it was like root at realplayer.com or at like I would send emails to them. And it would be, and I would say things like, I have a retarded cousin. Do you think he could get a job being a programmer at Real Player? like all kinds of like my dad had an accident, a brick hit him on the head, and now he only has like 10% of the capability of his brain. Do you think he'd become a programmer at Real Player? I hated Real Player. Because it's installed tons of junk. You install it, and it just installed this suite of shit onto your computer. And, oh, God, Real Player was fucking terrible. On the other hand, it looks like Addy is about to be attacked by us. No, you're my posse. You're my posse. That's what it is. No, you're kind of right. But no, we're a team. The three of us, we're a team. That's the three of us. No, I hate it. I hated Real Player. Is Real Player even still around? Real Player download. Is it still as terrible as it used to be? Oh no, I meant to look up Winamp. Is Winamp still around? Are they still doing new versions of Winamp? (2022). There's a Winamp forum? Posts from yesterday? Oh, this looks like it's been infected by spam. Temu coupon code? Yeah, that doesn't look very... Is anybody monitoring this? Let's see if we can find the last, like, actual legit post. Recover your funds with tech... Oh, this is so sad. Like, everything is spam. Volume control plugin. Lemmy, I think, is the author. Isn't he the author? That name sounds familiar. Volume control. Oh, maybe not. Okay. I remember I worked for AOL. And AOL bought Winamp. And I remember contacting the guy who wrote Winamp because I really liked him because he had some interview and he kind of got mocked for it. And mind you, this was like 2004, but he got mocked for it because he said that like programming was like a form of, he was basically saying how programming was as much a science as it was an art, and how that programming was like a form of expression, like self-expression, like art is. And like I got what he was saying, but of course people who are not programmers like mocked him for it. And but I remember reaching out to him and like, hey, like I'm at AOL, we bought Winamp. Do you think I could come work for you? Like, do you have any openings? And he was like, yeah, we might be able to make something like that work. And then I never heard from him again. AOL IM was magical. It was. AOL Instant Messenger. Chef's kiss, just like this guy would do. This guy back here, this Italian guy. I loved me some AOL. Like I remember, I wanted to like one of the projects I started. I think I did in my GitHub was I wanted to basically write a clone of the AOL Instant Messenger server. Because one of the configurations in AOL Instant Messenger, you could configure. I think I installed it in here because I started fooling around with it. No, but in the configuration, you can change the server that AOL Instant Messenger connects to. And I was like, I bet I could clone a server, especially like with modern technology, like just throw Kafka the front into it and just use like something like Kafka in the back end. And then like, boom, now you've got like, would it be that hard? You know what? Fuck this game. We're going to work on that now. No, I really liked AOL Instant Messenger. And like, pretty much like if the internet didn't exist, I'm convinced I would probably still be a virgin. Trying to think, do I have any major? Trying to think of like what relationships I've had where I didn't meet the person through the computer, and like there's relationships my very first girlfriend I went to high school with, but even my mother's daughter, we back in like the 90s, the high schools in the county where I went to high school, they had this, it wasn't even the county. It was like all in the Washington, D.C. area. All the high schools were linked together by this network. And they had like a modem, like you could call in with your modem. You call in. And it was supposed to be for like classwork to like go in and like do your basic programming. But there was a chat functionality, and that's, of course, what everybody used it for. And that's where I met my baby mama. So even that. Oh, focus and okay. Yes. Keep me focused, because we only got 45 minutes, and then I don't know. I don't know when the next stream is after that. I think I could do a stream on probably not Friday, but I think Saturday. Because I arrive Friday, so I'm gonna be tired. I don't know. I'll think about it. Okay. Let's see. New issue, really quick. Remove interaction. No, remove. God damn it! Remove all references to interaction manager from item entity. The item entity class should have no concept or need for anything to do with the item interaction singleton. I want to do shout out to Razman, but I forget his GitHub. Should have no need for anything to do with the item interaction singleton class. All right. This is just a note to me, more or less, just so I don't forget it. We will do this as I feel like task. All right, let's add another one called refactor. Something needs to be refactored. Blame Matthew. All right. I don't think I spelled Matthew's name right. It's 2 T's, isn't it? Yeah, it is. All right. Create label. All right. Task refactor. Okay. Oh, shit. I did the same thing. God damn it. I know I've talked about this before. I have a lot of stress dreams where, like, I need to make a phone call, and I keep making the same mistake over and over when I'm trying to make the phone call, and I can't do it. And it's so stressful when I make like the same mistake twice when typing or something like that. I start to like have a panic attack from that. The item should just be data. Did some YAML to describe the item. Do some YAML to describe the item. No, we're using scriptable objects. Okay. But for now, we're sticking with this terrible design. I'm just going to blame inexperience because, as I have said before, this is my very first. What am I trying to say? Oh, this is my very first Unity project. Okay. We'll go here. We'll go there. We'll go here. We'll go there. We'll go there. Do I have to capture? Like in C++, I have to capture the variable. Let me just do this. Let me see. The only thing I want to do... Oh, I guess I could do that. Oh, that's kind of nice. Okay, we'll just stick with that. We'll let the AI... Okay, so that's what... when we close the menu, we want to clear out this interactor, this
interactor entity. But wait a minute. Do we know for a fact? Yes, we do. Okay. I was going to say, do we know for a fact that the callback to the action you select will be called before close menu is called? And yes, because on interaction, click is called. Then we invoke the action itself, and then we close the menu, and that's when this callback would get called. Okay, perfect. So now we have... You okay, baby? You're not coughing. She's not coughing. Thank God. I was so worried. Mr. X Denny said hi. Hi, Mr. X Denny. And that suspicious donut guy, I'm going to ban him. Can I ban him? Add to block list. No, I'm not going to do that. Okay. So the whole reason we did this, the whole caboodle, what is it, Kit Kat and Caboodle, was so that we could pick something up through the menu and attack with it. That was the whole reason we did this. Player interactor. And the reason we couldn't do it was because this item interaction, which is a terrible name, is not set. This still doesn't solve that problem. Let me go back. Did I write any notes on this? Cannot attack. Pick up the knife, take equip. The primary mouse button does not. This is because attack is handled by player interactor and it depends on item interaction variable being set. However, when used in the menu item, the variable is never set. It's only set with the Q shortcut. Okay. Yeah, it's set here. So item interaction is what exactly? Item interaction is a terrible name. We're going to rename it to item entity. Should it be current item? No, I think item entity is fine for now. Item entity. Item entity. Okay. Okay, so basically item entity is not set, which is why we can't do that. So how does this get us there? So we now have the owner entity. We have the owner entity. I already said that. Let me say it again. We have the owner entity. Equipped item script. Oh. Equipped item. I really hate that name. I'm going to ask AI. I really hate that name. Okay. In a Unity project, I have a class called Equipped Item. This class is a mono behavior. This is a mono behavior that is currently attached to the player character. Is it? Yeah, to the player character. Though whoa, shit. Let me type it out here. Though I'm working to make it more generic so that it can be attached to NPCs as well. Here is the class. I'm working to make it more generic. suggest a better name for the class because let's see what it is. God damn it! It is really doing is allowing objects in the world, in the scene, to be picked up thrown. Yeah. Be picked up, dropped, and thrown. For some reason, this name is confusing to me, and I'd like a better name. Here is the class. Okay, let's see what Grok says. Let's load up a new chat. Oh, it wasn't a new chat. Based on the functionality of your equipped item class, which handles oh, come on. All right, let's ask ChatGPT. Okay, Grok just shit the bed. Okay, let's see. Held item controller, not bad. Item handler, no. Held item manager, not bad. I kind of like held item controller. Inventory hand, that's not bad. Carry and throw. Interactable item slot. Equipped item slot. Actually, equipped item slot, that's not terrible. Equipped item slot. What do you guys think of that? Well, this is entity item slot, but I feel like entity item slot would be more for the inventory. But you could argue that the equipped one, they could kind of be the same thing, right? You would have a slot in the inventory, but you'd also have a special slot that's being held. I love special slots. Item linker. No. Object slot controller. I kind of like held item controller. I'm not crazy about the held, though. Equipped item controller? What about equipped item controller? Oh, Grok finally got back to me. I see it wrote a short novel. Item handler, item controller, holdable item manager, item interaction, grabbable item system. Okay, Grok has just become retarded. It's just become retarded. I really liked Grok. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Grok. I'm sorry, Grok. But Elon needs to invest. You've kinda become retarded. I'm so glad that word's come back. I'm so glad it's okay to use that word. Although it might not be in England, so I apologize, Matthew. But here in the United States, the word retarded has definitely made a resurgence. Okay. Equipped item. I think equipped item controller. I think we're going to go with that. Grok says yes to a dissertation. Yes. Yeah, Grok is insane with its answers. Like, this is it's too much. It's too much. I think we're gonna go with you know what, boys? Equipped item controller wins the day. All right. Oh shit! I of course I renamed it on the wrong thing. Equipped item controller. I like that name a lot. All right. I don't think I had a constructor or anything. Let's rename the file. Actually, let's rename the file through Unity, just so Unity doesn't complain. I expect there to be errors, but we'll handle them in a minute. Equipped item. Rename. All right, we're going to rename it. Where's rename? Rename equipped item controller. All right. Okay, let's see what these are about. Okay, what is this? Base NPC does not implement. Oh, okay. So this is because I modified this, right? So do we still need that? Yes, we do need that change, I think. Okay, wait, where was it complaining? It was complaining about it on. Oh, it's saying that it doesn't implement it. Oh, okay, I know why. Wait, interact. Ugh. Okay, so the interaction system is the same. It's also the same interaction system we use for NPCs, and I guess that makes sense too, right? Because if something is interacting with an NPC, then you should like green guys should know that the player character is interacting with them, or green guys should know that like purple, like another guy is interacting with them. Yeah, I think so. Grok says, okay, call it Alfredo. No, but the green guy's, I think green guy's name is definitely going to be Juanito. Nedmani Pompunpipot has a heart. That is not my wife. Not sure. It says name functions after Pokemon. I don't know anything about Pokemon. I've never. Okay, but why is the? Oh, okay. So this. Interesting. All right. Well, we'll just go ahead and we'll implement that. Interactable here. All right. Let's see. Let's see what else we have. Drawer interactable. Oh my gosh. So yeah, we're gonna have to change it on the lamp too, right? Because we can. Oh, I completely forgot that we can open the drawers. Like, I completely forgot about that. Like, I completely forgot. Like, I remember we can turn the lights on and off, but I completely forgot we can open the drawers. Because I remember I was really excited about that. And I was like, yeah, we can put stuff in the drawers. It's going to be so fucking awesome. Yeah, man. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so this needs to be renamed to controller. Okay. Yeah, lamp interactable. Interact. Let's put that there. Easy. Easy. And then I think this is just another. All right. We should be good. We just had to rename some. Oh, okay, maybe not. Are you off work on Thursday? Not sure. It is a federal holiday. So pretty much everyone in the U.S. at my company has taken Friday off, and it has become a 4-day weekend for pretty much everyone. So tomorrow is Friday. Okay, let's kind of look at our test matrix to kind of, okay, well, we still haven't fixed the bug, right? Like, we still have that bug. How do we plan to fix it? Because what we need to get equipped item. Okay, so I like this. Okay, so we can name this to equipped item script. We can rename to equipped item C control. I'm just gonna put it CTRL. Sorry. Not sure says he's unemployed at the moment. Oh. Then I guess you are off on Thursday. Thought you had a job. Are you sure you don't have a job? Are you sure? Ryan Murphy said, hi, what are we watching? You're watching A Genius at Work. That's what we're watching. Okay. So let me look at the test matrix really quick. Oh, wait. No. Okay, wait. I wanted to rename this. Okay. Item controller, equipped item, and then the item entity itself. I feel like the equipped item controller should have the item entity. It probably does. Let me see. See, this is going to be an issue. This is still the game object. We really need to operate on game entity. Which I just realized, we could like have like the green guy equip one of the enemies. Like that'd be pretty funny to see green guy carrying one of the enemy guys. I mean, we could do right now have the player equip. Yeah. Anyway, I had 2 jobs and I quit both. Man, God, I that takes balls. That takes balls. Like, I haven't had to look for a job. Knock on wood. I haven't had to look for a job since 2010, and it's like it's been so long. Like every now and then I'll do interviews to just kind of I'll do interviews to see like how I used to be really good at interviews, and then I did one maybe 3 or 4 years ago and I bombed it. Like I was just rusty, and then after that I did more and more interviews. But then the problem, like I don't know. I don't know. I'm kind of terrified. Like things with my company, we'll see. The next 6 to 12 months are going to be very deterministic of the company overall. And if things don't work out well, and I'm not super optimistic, I don't know. But it's like I said the other night, like I'll get by for a while, but I'm gonna want to go to Norway. I'm gonna want to I want to go to Norway. That's why we need to work on this game, and it's going to be bigger than Schedule 1. It's going to be massive. Like you're going to have like Mark Plyer and Asmongold are going to be like they're going to be raving about it, and like Trump is even going to mention it. It's going to be fucking huge. I can't wait. Of course, we probably should finish the inventory system first. One thing at a time. Let's do it. Okay. All right. So. So really, the interactor entity, really what we should be doing is on this on take equip. This really, the dream, which is a term I've been using a lot more, should be no. Just stop it. It should be like this is what it should be, right? It should be this. And then it should be, well, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to stick with what I had first. But the dream should be set. That's what it should be, right? That's what it should be. Interactor entity set equipped item this that and then we set the owner, right? That's what it should be. Or I kind of like this better because I think it's more readable. Right? That's what it should be. Where we set the owner, although it kind of feels silly to, I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it. I'm like, well, wait, does it make more sense to set the owner and then set the item to be equipped? Or does it make more sense to set the item equipped and then set the owner? It doesn't really matter. Although we do get it, this could lead to some tricky situations and probably a lot of bugs that are going to be a nightmare. But at the rate we're going, we're not going to get there for like 15 years. But imagine that you try to equip something at roughly the same time the green guy tries to equip something. Like, I could see there being that if right now the way this is implemented, that's all going to be very racy, right? And I said racy, not racist, racy. So calm down, just calm down. Nashor says, just train an AI on how you program and then just replace yourself. I don't program at work anymore. That's the problem. Okay. See, the item, yeah, so this is still very much this equipped item script. It shouldn't be there at all. Well, first I'm going to rename it because we got to go with the new name because I'm old and my brain is not functioning tonight. I think I'm just tired. Okay, it's also the early onset dementia, but work with what you got. But see, the equipped item controller, I was getting ready to say the equipped item controller is a characteristic of the player, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Equipped item. What is item interaction here? It's the item entity. All right, I'm just going to rename another thing. I feel like a lot of what I'm doing tonight is just renaming variables. I got some news for you, boys. We're not going to finish this tonight. I know you're shocked. I know you're shocked that we're starting something and it's not going to get done tonight. I know, but sometimes them's the breaks. Them's the breaks, boys. Them the breaks. I'm overthinking this. And honestly, I think part of the problem is that I'm streaming. So it's your fault. Infinite Money Hack. Hey, if you find it, let me know. Not Sure says, I want to program an AI that only programs in assembly and acts like a salty old graybeard. Oh my God. I was scrolling through YouTube Shorts because I don't care what you say. I like YouTube Shorts. But I was scrolling through YouTube Shorts and there's this really funny woman she's a developer. She's youngish, maybe early 30s, probably around my daughter's age. And she does a lot of funny, programmer humor type of thing. But she made a really good point. She was talking about how what we're probably going to see in AI is because a lot we're right now, apparently ChatGPT costs about $700,000 per day to run. And so she was saying that a lot of that money, some of it's being funded by the $20 a month we're all spending. Because I know I pay. I don't know if you guys pay that, but I have a ChatGPT subscription. But she was saying that so it's being paid for somewhat by that, but also by a lot of venture capital funding, right? A lot of these companies, they want to invest. And so they throw a ton of money into it. And then that's how companies are able to kind of offer their product for free in the beginning, right? And just push it. But what's going to happen is that money's going to run out. At some point, it's going to run out. And then so the company has to become a viable company and they have to make money from somewhere. And she was saying that what's likely going to happen is you're going to start seeing sponsored ads in the responses of the AI. And she had a couple examples of what it was something about running like, something about like, what's the best, like, how can I learn to run 5 miles or something like that. But then it was just like, ads for like Nike shoes and shit. She built an API that, not an API, she built an AI that kind of mimicked this or actually did it. And it was just like, it's disgusting. And I'm like, you know what? She's probably spot on, absolutely spot on. And that's like 250 million a year. Yeah, I mean that's a lot of money. That's 700,000 a day. Yeah, I guess it's about right. 250 million a year. They're trying to make AGI, artificial general intelligence. Yeah, I mean they are. I don't know enough about AI though. Not sure. It says I called that. That was how they're going to inshitify AI. Probably. So, you can completely expect to see that. Probably within the next year or two, you're probably going to start seeing ads in your ChatGPT responses, which is just going to make it horrible. But they got to be careful because Grok is already writing a novel. Can you imagine Grok writes a novel and interspersed in it is like, ads for like Nike and ads for Adidas shoes? Like, no. Oh my God. I'm getting angry just thinking about it. Like, generate a photorealistic picture and then there's like a Coca-Cola bottle in the background. Like, it's terrible. I have no idea how to pronounce that name. Brahimilson says, "Sup? How's it going?" It's going well, man. How's it going? And then Not Sure is waving hello to him. Yeah, no, I'm kind of not. I don't know. I think I'm stressed. Because I'm leaving soon. I cannot. I'm having a terrible time trying to focus on this. So I think I'm gonna call it quits. I'm gonna check this code in. We'll screw around for the last 15 minutes. Broken check-in because my brain is fried. I guess we could do some. I know Matthew had a PR. I kind of did want to look at that. And by looking at it, I mean I want to go ahead and merge it and then pull it down. And so this was the implemented an editor scene loader. And so I guess it has a little menu at the top. Oh, okay. Scene selector. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's go ahead, squash and merge that. We'll actually rebase. So I was just doing attack state 6, so we'll get pull, get checkout. I'm suspicious about that rebase for some reason. Let me look at this. No, it didn't do it. Why didn't it do it? Did I screw something up? Get pull. Yeah, thought so. Get log. Added scene. Okay. Yes. Okay. Quit. Queue. Thank you. Get checkout dev attack dash state 6. Get rebase dash I. Oh, I know what I did. Get rebase master. There we go. And then we'll do a get push force. All right. Let's look at it. Oh. So Matthew's changed. Now Unity doesn't even pop up. Okay, there it goes. I would imagine it has the relay. Yeah, it's reloading. Let's see. Feels like needs some focus off stream. Yeah, I don't know. I've got this trip coming up, so I think I'm just distracted because I still have a ton of shit to do, and it's just, I don't know, man. I get like this before these trips. I get sad because my dog starts looking at me, and I'm like, oh, I'm leaving my dog. Like I'm gonna be gone for. I already forgot what it was. It was 63 days. 63 days. So I'm like, I'm already counting down the days till I get home. Why? I don't know. But I look at my dog, and my dog looks at me. He's like, "I love you, Dad," and he's been like super clingy to me. But I've got the. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! What's going on? Let me close Unity, restart it. Let's just start from the beginning. But I got my suitcase out and started packing, and I think he knows, and they know they're not dumb. Like they're idiots, but they're not complete idiots. So he knows I'm probably going away. And so I start feeling bad about that, and then I start feeling bad about leaving my wife, and it's just like all this guilt, and it's just like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Brahma Wilson says, I just started Unity about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I'm wondering, what is your recommended for a beginner? What's the best starting way to learn? Just do it. Literally, just do it. Try not to be too, don't go into it planning to write Grand Theft Auto 6. All right, start with Pong. Start there. Start with tic-tac-toe. Start with something simple, but just do it. Just literally just write the game. Okay, what is going on here? Problem detected while opening scene file game. Check the logs. Oh my God, what did we do? Okay, so the patrol paths shouldn't even exist anymore. Or wait, no, they should. What did we break? Like the scene's not even loading. Oh yeah, it is. Okay, at least it's loading. These are the patrol. I deleted some patrol paths, but there should be patrol paths. Wait a minute. Let's Matthew, were you working on a branch? Did you? Because you did this once before, you screwed me up. Of course, I'm blaming Matthew. It's always Matthew's fault. The two male gut feelings when she's cheating and when Git does something weird. Yes, no, you're absolutely right. Brimlison, just think of something you want to do, then try to do it. Repeat until you have a game. Yeah. Okay, so Master is good. I think Matthew's PR removed patrol or didn't have the patrol paths for some reason. You might have been working off of an old, but that shouldn't do it though. If you were working off of an old commit before the patrol paths were there, that wouldn't remove the patrol paths. So why would your commit remove them? That's bizarre. Did not. I mean, I guess it's not a big deal to just delete them and reload them, but yeah, they're definitely gone. Where did they go? That's the question. So it's not there. Oh, wait, wait a minute. I need to look on my, maybe I deleted them. No. Doesn't make any sense. I don't make mistakes. I've never made a mistake in my life. Huh. All right. The thing that sucks about that is that they exist inside a game. I'm pretty sure those are objects that exist inside a game.unity. So it's not as though it's easy to just kind of rip them out. Or is it? Is it worth even trying to? Like, I really wish you could just do copy and paste or something like that, but I don't think that would work. So let me see. If I check this out, if I check master out, so at least it's just my branch that's screwed up. Something, there was like a bad merge or something. I don't know what in the world happened. Oh. Oh. Wait. My branch has deviated from master quite a bit. I need to finish it so I can merge it because so I think what I can do. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make them into prefabs. So patrol paths, I'm going to take both of these. I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm going to try it. Okay, I'm just going to go down here. Easy, easy. I'm going to put them in menus because menus doesn't have a lot of stuff. Let's see if this works. Would you like to create a new original prefab or variants from Oh, so they're existing prefabs? Is that what you're telling me? Patrol path. They are. So then I should just be able to drag them. Okay, so they're in prefabs. Okay, so let's just do this. Let's go back here. Let's reload. Matthew says, no, he based off of Master. I tried to collect, and then Not Sure says, I tried to collect some money today. That was fun. I think the guy's an alcoholic. He hasn't paid me for 3 years. Well, then why are you still working for him? Oh, the prefabs disappeared. Oh, okay. So we should just be able to go to Master, copy them somewhere safe, and then kind of put them back, right? That should work. It was sad. He's in his 60s. Like, what kind of work do you do for him? Is it like special favors? Like, it's okay. You're this is a safe space. Oh shit. You know, the whole time apparently in my this whole time I've had Addy Goes Live. It's been the starting soon screen in the mobile stream. This whole time for 2 hours. Sorry, guys. I know what the problem is. I know exactly what the problem is. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry about that. Sorry. That's funny. That's funny. Okay. I know what the problem is. I just let me fix that problem really quick. I think I know how to fix it. Okay. So if I do this changes both of them, and then this. Okay. So that problem should not happen again. Okay. Sorry. I am sorry. I apologize. Okay. Show and Explorer. This is what we want. Okay. So it showed me over here. So easy. I can take these. I can copy them. I'll just put them in the desktop. I'll create a new folder called Yes. And then I'll put them in there and we'll go in here. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to check out the bad one. Okay. That's bad. The bad is back. I had a girlfriend I had a girlfriend a long time ago, and when we adopted our cats, we had to get them spayed. And actually the dog too, because we had 2 cats and a dog, just like I have with my wife. But I remember that girlfriend, she's like, oh, we got to get their bad taken out. I've always loved that terminology for some reason. You got to get the bad. Oh, she has to go get her bad taken out. She has to get her bad taken out. I don't know why I found that funny. Okay. And then I should just be able to put them right back here. And then let's see if Unity picks them up, which Unity did. Now I should be able to go here, and then there they are. They're magically back. Okay. So I'm going to assume... Okay. I'm going to assume that it's just that those compilation things would go away. So let's restart Unity to see if it starts okay. I am sorry. If you were in the mobile stream, I am sorry, okay? God, mistakes happen. Not sure said copy the meta files. I figured Unity would create new ones. That was literally my reasoning. If this fails, okay. Let's see. It was Not Sure says I do hardware engineering. I sold him a bunch of custom made parts and he never paid. I could repo them, but there's no point. You do hardware engineering? I got two. Oh Jesus! What were they? I think they're Dell 660s or 560s. I'll have to look it up. But literally, so I told you how we have this office at work, and there's just a lot of old and like we're getting rid of it. By July 31st, it has to be empty, and so there's a lot of stuff that's just literally just servers and like racks and shit that's just getting thrown out. So I've been bringing a bunch of stuff home, and I brought home. I can't remember what the models are. There are two rack machines. Dell Series. These are Series 5s, but they're like 1U. I'll have to find it. They have Power Edge. This is right. Something like this. No, not 260s. I think they were like 5. I feel like they were like 560s? 260s? I don't know. I got two of them. I brought two of them home. So, oh yeah, I think this is it. Yep. This is it. What are these retail for? Okay, $370. Whatever. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. But I was like, you know what? It's a shame to see it. Like, and literally, like, so the hardware guy at work, because like he has to decommission all this stuff, and it's literally just going to go to a shredder. And so I'm like, yeah, can I get a couple of those? Like, how many do you want? And I was like, I don't know, 2. And he's like, okay. And then he's like, I'm just going to put as much RAM in them as we can because he had a ton of RAM. And I'm like, all right. So, so servers are noisy. Yes, they will be out in my garage. But, and then it would be cool. And exactly, Not Sure. It would be cool to make a home lab. I completely agree. Like, even for like this game, like because apparently there's a whole like infrastructure with Unity where you can set up build servers. And I think that might just be fun to do, like to try to get it working. So then when we make a change and then we push it and it builds it, and I don't know. Because I guess GitHub Actions can do some of that, but I don't know if GitHub Actions will. I guess they might. Maybe Matthew knows that. Like, will GitHub Actions, will they be able to do like packaging? I mean, I know that they'll run Unity unit tests, but will they probably will not compile the entire project and do packaging, like generate installers. Maybe they will. I don't know. Anyway, I think it would be fun to have a home lab. You can VPN to your home lab from anywhere. Yes, I do want to get it. I do want to be able to do that, but I'm not set up to do that right now. But I would like to be able to VPN. I have a little travel router. And what I would really like to be able to do is have the travel router be able to VPN to my VPN at home, and then all my devices connect to the travel router, so my devices just think I'm at home. Some existing GitHub Actions can build Unity games for each platform. Yes. Okay. All right. Well then, screw you. I don't need my lab. All right. Fine. I'll just throw them in the trash myself. Jeez. Make a guy feel useless. Okay. We didn't get any compilation errors, so that's good. We'll go ahead and check this in, and I think we're going to call it a night after that. Stage off. Fixing or re-adding back the things that Matthew deleted because it was totally his fault and he is the reason this broke to begin with. All right, that's a nice commit message. At work, we use TeamCity and custom-built server machines for building. What is TeamCity? Is that like something with Microsoft Teams? Or, I don't know, TeamCity? I've never heard of it. Oh, okay. It's okay. It's just CI/CD. Oh, look at this. Okay, yeah, cute little DOS. Okay. Yeah, no, I've never heard of this. It's like a Jenkins kind of thing, I guess. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Anyway, that's cool. All right, boys. Well, I think that's going to do it for me tonight. And like I said, I'm not going to stream tomorrow night. I'm going to try to be a good husband and spend tomorrow night, my last night, with my wife, without having to talk to my internet friends. Yes, we moved from Jenkins to that. It's much quicker. So is TeamCity free? No, surely it's not free. I mean, it has enterprise. This enterprise button says it's not free. You can get started free, but I'm sure it's not free. I wonder if it's cheaper than Jenkins. We have a license with Flexera, and we got this new CEO, and he's really wanting to make a mark for himself to the board. It's like, oh, like he's really wanted to come in and being like, I'm saving money. I'm saving the company. I'm saving the company money, guys. And he's like, yeah, apparently we spend $400,000 a year for a Flexera license, which oddly enough, Flexera is a license. We use it for licensing. That's what that is our licensing solution. We use Flexera. Now, we use maybe 10 to 15% of the capabilities of Flexera. And you got to understand, like, we're not a JetBrains, like, we're an enterprise company, right? Like, we're a B2B company. We sell software. We don't sell software to end users. We sell software. Well, we sell software and hardware, but we sell it to enterprises, right? We don't have end users. We sell it to enterprises. And he wants us to rip out Flexera by the end of the year. And I'm like, you have to understand that customers, because what happens is if they do not renew the Flexera license, suddenly customers all around the world are going to get a big banner. They'll still be able to use the product, but they'll get a big banner that says it's no longer licensed, which they're going to hate. A lot of those customers, that's going to break their compliance. So now they won't be compliant, right? Because if they get an audit, they're going to come in and be like, well, why do you have this banner? And you got to renew that. You got to, well, it is renewed. Well, then why do you have this banner? Like, it's going to create problems. And he's like, well, you'll just get them to upgrade. And I'm like, no. Like, our product is huge, right? And like, it's a deployment. Customers will literally set aside like a time of year where they will upgrade. And customers will often they'll upgrade in the lab and they'll let it marinate in the lab for a month or two, and then they'll migrate the upgrade to the wider enterprise environment. And it is the most frustrating thing because it's like he comes from some small company, but he likes to posit that the small company also has enterprise customers. Like, no, they have like middle tier customers. Like Walmart is a customer of ours. Boeing is a customer of ours. Like, we have big customers. And it's like, no, dude, like, I know what company you come from. I've seen the companies that you list on your website. No. You have little, like, no, you do not understand. Apparently you do not understand because, oh yeah, no, they can just upgrade in 6 months. And it's like, no, like it's going to take like the migrating off of this is like at least to the end of 2026. And but whatever. I don't remember how. I don't know how I got started on this rant, but it is the most frustrating thing because the decision is his, and I'm like, okay, it's getting to the point where I'm going to be like, okay, well, then when the customers start logging tickets, we'll assign them to you. And you can explain to them why you decided not to pay the Flexera license, and now suddenly, they're not in compliance anymore. Their audits are going to fail, and they're basically just going to have to stop using us because we broke our licensing solution because you wanted to save $400,000 a year. Mind you, it's going to cost us several $1 million to save that $400,000. But hey, who's counting? You know who's counting? The finance department. Fuckers. Whatever. As long as my paychecks continue to come in, I'm happy. Not Sure says, you work for the devil, don't you? Adobe. No, I work for Real Player. Migration is a huge pain in the ass. Yes, it is. And the thing is like, technically, what we're doing with Flexera, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Flexera or not, but Flexera is like key management is mostly what we use it for, but it's a whole bunch of other stuff. But technically, what we need to do technically isn't even that big of a deal. It's a deal. It is a deal, but it's not a big deal, right? It's like, yeah, we could probably do the development, the testing, and everything in maybe 6 to 9 months. The real issue is getting customers to migrate to it, because if you just cut it off, you're going to break them. You're going to break the customers. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Anyway, boys, I'm out of here. I'll see you maybe Friday, maybe Saturday. Follow me on Twitter at @AddieGoesPlaces, because I'll announce like the day of. I'll announce at least a few hours before when I'm going to stream. And then, like I keep telling you guys, go to, on my page. You can go here to the posts. I post in here as well. I did not today, but I do. I do love that thumbnail. That's such a nice little thumbnail. I got to update it on here too. All right, guys. But yes, I'll follow me on those. I'll see you hopefully Friday, maybe Saturday, maybe Friday. We'll see. All right, guys. Talk to you then. Bye.